Alright guys, so today we're checking out the brand new One More Fit Open earbuds. Now, it's been a little while since I've checked out a pair of earbuds or headphones from One More, and what intrigued me about these is not only is it, a different kind of open ear type earbud, it's supposed to have pretty good bass response while still allowing you to be aware of your surroundings. You usually do not get both. You usually have to get good bass response by having earbuds that have silicone ear tips, or you have to have a really good awareness by having something that's not plugging up your ear canal. And I think they found a way to kind of give you both. So that's what intrigued me about this pair. Now, it does come in retailing at $149, although right now there's a sale on Amazon, plus they gave me a discount code to put in the box where you can get these for $113. So $113 for a pair of headphones or earbuds, however you want to look at it, that's made to where you can use them no matter what you're doing and still carry on your day-to-day life, but not kind of sacrifice on sound quality like you have to do with a lot of the others. So it feels like they're trying to come up with something where there's not as much trade-off. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what all comes inside the box and see if these are worth the $113 sale price and the $149 retail price. Now, what really makes these different is they have what they're calling sound loops. Now, they're not ear tips. They're not silicone ear tips that are going into your ear canal to block everything off. They are silicone that's kind of pushing right at your ear canal, but they have cutouts. This allows the breathability and the possibilities of having sound come in, but it also cuts down on the sound that's going out. So a lot of the open ear style earbuds tend to leak a lot of sound, which means, whatever you're listening to, people around you are hearing a lot of what you're listening to. And I've noticed with these sound loops, it's keeping a lot more of that in. So you can turn the volume up, a little bit more, and it's not going to be bothering anybody around you. So that is already a huge plus, because you can kind of get self-conscious about what you're listening to and how loud you turn it up if you're wearing something where people can hear it around you. Now, they're also using what they call pure power drivers. Now, this is another thing that intrigued me because a lot of open ear style headphones or earbuds don't really tend to have bass. So the fact that they're calling these pure power drivers, it is supposed to replicate bass a lot more. Again, that is something that caught my attention because I am a bass head, and so that kind of keeps me from using a lot of open ear style design earbuds. Now, these do have Bluetooth 5.3, and they have really good low latency. So if you're looking for a pair where you can use them to watch movies or videos or even game on your device and you don't want to have to worry about lag, this is an excellent pair for that. And you don't have to worry about switching into a gaming mode. This Bluetooth 5.3 already does a really good job just straight out of the box. Now, these also come in rated at IPX7, so they are waterproof. It means it's fine to use out and about in your normal day-to-day, and it starts to rain or you're sweating or you're by the pool and you just happen to drop them in the water, they're going to be okay. And for this type of design, something that's made to be used in all those situations, I think that's really important. Now, another huge plus is it does work with One More's app. This allows you to keep these updated, which I did have an update with these the second I took them out of the box. There's like 12 different EQ options already built in. It also gives you control over the smart sensors that these have. So it does have it where if you take them out, it will pause and it'll just go back to what you're listening to once you put them back in. But if you don't want it to do that, you can go in and shut certain things off or turn certain things on. So it's nice that you have that kind of control. And speaking of the control, you also can go in and kind of tweak the controls on these because they only give you double tap and triple tap. So you are a little limited when it comes to the controls. But the way that I used mine is I used the smart sensors as my play and pause. I used the double tap feature as the ability to go forward and backwards with my tracks. And then I used the triple tap feature as my volume up and my volume down. So technically I feel like I have control over everything without having to pull out my phone. So moving over to the design and the build quality. Now, the case on these are a little larger than most earbuds cases, but it kind of has to be because the actual design of the earbuds, they have hooks. It's going to take up a little bit more space, so the case needs to be a little bit bigger. But the hooks are silicone. They're extremely soft. And because, they don't have the ear tips that are going deep into your ear canals, this is a very comfortable pair to wear. I could just wear them all day. I didn't feel like I had to kind of adjust these or move them around, and that's a huge plus, especially for a pair that's made to be used all day. Now, as far as what all you get inside the box, it does come with 4 different sets of these sound loops. There's just different sizes, so that you make sure that you're getting the pair that fits you the best. It does come with a USB-C cable, which luckily you don't have to use. The case on these is a Qi wireless charging case, so you could just come in, drop it on any wireless charger, and charge them that way. And speaking of the charging, the battery life I feel like is very impressive, because on a full charge you can get 11 hours on the earbuds, and with the charging case you're going to get 38 hours total. So no matter what, that's going to get you through a full work day. And if you just kind of use your earbuds sparingly, it's going to get you through a week or 2 weeks without even having to worry about charging these. But if you do happen to pick them up and they are dead, this pair does have a fast charge feature where a 5-minute charge will get you 2 hours of use. And that always comes in handy. Like I've said it in previous videos, I'm not one to always make sure that my earbuds are charged. So it's nice to know that I can throw them in the case and in 5 minutes I have 2 hours, especially if I'm just going to go out for a walk and I need them for something like that. Now, if you're going to use these for phone calls, they do have 4 microphones total. They're also using an AI-enabled environmental noise canceling, which really just means it's trying to focus in on your voice and try to block out a lot of your surroundings during phone calls. I think it does a pretty decent job, but you guys can be a judge by listening to a test here.
So here is the mic test using the S50, and this is just to show you what it would sound like if you were using them out and about. I'm outdoors where there's the wind, there's birds and different things like that. So this is what it would sound like if you were to take a call.
So now let's talk about the sound. Now, like I said earlier, they're calling these pure power drivers. They are DLC drivers or diamond light carbon drivers. And what they're giving you is a very loud and a very clear and slightly powerful sound. Again, I did not expect this in an open ear style design earbud. The bass was nice and tight and punchy. It actually sounds really good with drums. It kind of gives it a natural feel, and I don't know if it's because of the openness that these have because of their design, but still having that punch. It's kind of hard to explain without experiencing these yourself, but that's the vibe that I got from these. Mids, I can tell they pushed forward where I could go from metal, I can go from pop, I can go to country, pretty much any genre. I always felt like vocalists kind of stood right up front. Male or female vocalists, they just had really good representations of their voice, and different guitar sounds, especially acoustic guitars, had a really nice natural tone to them. And the treble on these is nice and detailed without being overly bright or harsh. You can tell that it's tuned up just enough where it kind of balances out with that really nice punchy bass. I don't feel like anything is like overly aggressive, especially if you're going to compare them to just like a normal pair of earbuds. But if you compare them to open ear style earbuds or even bone conduction style earbuds, this is where these stand out. They have a lot more bass than open ear style earbuds, but they have a lot more clarity than a lot of the bone conduction earbuds. It's like companies are finally figuring out a way to get the most out of audio quality in different kind of ways that they're trying to push new ways to listen to music. They're just perfecting it a little more. And I think One More did an excellent job with these, mixing that with the fact that by design, the sound stage and the sound imaging is excellent. They definitely sound like a very open sounding pair of earbuds or headphones. You can kind of expect that. You have holes in the silicone ear tips, so it's made to come across that way. And then being able to tell where different sounds are coming from, this pair absolutely nails. I mean, it sounds like you're dropped in whatever environment. Most of the music you listen to is going to sound like you're almost like dropped into the middle of like the band rehearsing. It doesn't, close you in. It doesn't isolate you. It opens you up to the environment, but still not take away from the music you're listening to. So my overall opinion is these are great as your everyday way of being able to listen to music, but not like block out everything around you. I will say that once you creep at around 50% volume or higher, you really aren't going to be able to hear anything around you because they get that loud. But luckily, they do a very good job of not pushing that volume outside of your earbuds. You're not going to aggravate the people around you unless for some reason you're just listening to these at 100% volume, which I do not recommend. And you're getting features like Qi wireless charging. You're getting smart sensors. You're getting incredible battery life. And I think at $113, this is a hell of a deal. And I even think at the retail price of $149, $50. There's really not a lot of competition out there to be able to give you this sound experience in this style of design earbud. So yeah, this is an easy one to recommend. If you just want to be able to put these on in the morning, keeping them in all day, and never have to feel like you're separated from your music or your podcasts or TV shows, this is the style designed to be able to do that. But guys, that wraps up my video on the One More Fit Open earbuds. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.